this presentation is about Estuary's work with keeping our data available on IPFS and a new server we've been working on called Autoretrieve, which is going to help with that. So a quick recap on Estuary if you're unfamiliar. It's an open source service that allows users and developers to easily pin your data to IPFS and store on Filecoin. When you upload your data, it'll automatically make 6 storage deals with different storage providers on the Filecoin network and pin your data to our IPFS gateway. And here's a little sample of our website. You can go to it, estuary.tech. We've got our storage statistics if you want to go and check that out. If a deal is slashed or expires, Estuary will automatically recreate your deal so that it'll maintain six active storage deals on Filecoin. So in the past and up to now, Estuary has been keeping a copy of every block that's ever been uploaded to our service in our own block stores. We do this in order to keep data available on IPFS. This approach is kind of starting to become no longer ideal. We've accumulated over 249 terabytes of unique data so far on our service, and it's currently being stored entirely on our block stores, in addition to the Filecoin storage providers that we've made deals with. We want to offload this data completely to those Filecoin storage providers, since it's already stored somewhere. And this would be able to decouple us from, decouple our growth from the storage space that we have on our own infrastructure. So in consideration of that, we've been working on this server called Autoretrieve. Autoretrieve, it's a standalone server that's able to, it's a bit swap server. It's able to pull blocks from the Filecoin network and forward them to IPFS clients. So it's basically a Filecoin to IPFS bridge. The server supports both free and paid retrievals. The latter case, the node operator will pay the cost of the retrieval if you're retrieving paid data. And that flow allows IPFS clients to access paid data in a more natural way that preserves the retrieval payment incentive. When it's done, Autoretrieve will be able to take the place of Estuary's gateways right now in most circumstances, and allow us to start unpinning most of our data from our own infrastructure and allow us to grow a lot beyond what we have already, which is 249 terabytes. We're looking to go a lot higher than that. In more detail, this is how Autoretrieve serves our blocks to clients. I have this silly little diagram here. So the IPFS client will first query the DHT for the block that it wants. If the block is servable by Autoretrieve, the DHT will give the contact information of Autoretrieve to the IPFS client. Then the IPFS client will go to Autoretrieve and ask for the block that it's requesting. After that, Autoretrieve will receive the request, and it will go to the indexer to find a Filecoin provider that has the CID that was requested. Autoretrieve will then go to that Filecoin provider and download the deal that contains the CID that was requested. And as soon as it lands into the Autoretrieve's block store, it'll go and forward it over back to the IPFS client. And that repeats for every block that the IPFS client requests. And Autoretrieve does not need a very big block store because all the data that's stored on it is kind of ephemeral and only used for forwarding directly to the BitSwap client. So we only have 100, I think our block store is only 100 gigabytes on our instance. So it's pretty easy to deploy. Yeah, going back to that first step, Autoretrieve obviously has to be able to advertise the content that it's serving. This is kind of a difficult issue because Autoretrieve doesn't actually know what content it's able to serve because it hasn't downloaded it yet. In reality, yeah, Autoretrieve can serve any block that is available on the Filecoin network, paid or unpaid. And that is a lot of data. Indexing through the entire chain and uploading every multi-hash to the indexer has proved to be not feasible. So we had to come up with a different approach. Our current solution to that is that Estuary, the storage service, already knows all the data that we have stored on it. And so what we can do is we can have Autoretrieve talk to Estuary and say, hello, I'm here. And Estuary will automatically go and make an advertisement to the indexer in the name of Autoretrieve. We're in the process of implementing this feature still. It's work in progress, but it's almost done. We've gotten a lot of work done at this event, really, with our team together. It's been pretty cool. Autoretrieve has other applications outside of Estuary. We're hoping that other people will be able to host their own nodes. It's relatively general purpose. It's also used by the Bedrock team for monitoring Filecoin retrieval metrics using naturally generated traffic. And we're hoping to, in the future, be able to decouple Autoretrieve from Estuary and allow anybody to host their node to serve any data on the Filecoin network. You technically already can serve any data using Autoretrieve, but it's just not advertised on the DHT, unfortunately. So we're still waiting on an indexer feature to make that possible. So currently there are two full-time Autoretrieve instances hosted. One's by Outer Core Engineering, which is us, and the other is by Bedrock team for their retrieval metrics. Again, the DHT advertising and indexer advertising is work in progress. It's almost done. And when that's done, we'll be able to start unpinning all of our data from Estuary, and we'll really be able to just serve that data directly from the Filecoin network to IPFS clients. Yeah, I think that's everything. You can come talk to us on the Filecoin Slack, #ecosystemdev, or you can talk to me directly at Elig. And you can also check out the Filecoin, or the Autoretrieve source, github.com/applicationresearch/Autoretrieve. Yeah, hope that Autoretrieve can be useful to people. And that's our solution for going forward for keeping IPFS data available from Estuary. Thank you.